Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
The country's murder count reaching 94 this weekend. Good evening, everyone. I'm Candino Knowles, and this is the weekend edition of The Bahamas Tonight. The country's homicide count up another notch after the body of a man was found early this afternoon with injuries to the head. Our Andrew Knowles was on the scene and tells us how the unfortunate incident happened at a time when the victim was trying to get his life back on track.
Crime scene investigators combed the scene this afternoon looking for clues to make some sense of this latest killing. It was around midday when officers were called to the scene through Kenwood Street off Montreal Avenue. There, they found the body of a male with injuries to the head. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll, says a rock was found next to the victim's body, which they believe was the weapon.
We believe some blunt trauma. I have a team of investigators in the back here right now conducting investigation into this. And so at this stage of the game, we really don't know what has happened, and have no idea with regards to a suspect in this as yet.
Superintendent Rowe believes the body may have been there for about a day. As officers conducted their investigations, a crowd of onlookers gathered, including the victim's family, who identified him as 55-year-old Gregory Sands. His brother Kevin says when he received the shocking call, they immediately rushed to the scene. Ironically, the victim's body was found on the lot where he grew up.
He wasn't a bad person, you know. He was, working and everything, yeah. I saw him Friday out there by Charlie Tire Shop, and I talked to him, you see. And I ain't seen him since from after. Yeah. We used to live right there. That was our yard, all right? That's where our neighbors string us, right in this yard. Yeah, we had about 6 houses in the yard. But all us move out. But he still is hanging around here.
Family members say the victim was a loving individual who, despite his past, was getting his life back on track. He was an employee of Virgo Car Rental for the past 3 years. His brother says he doesn't know why anyone would want to take his brother's life.
No, I don't know idea, nothing. Why someone should kill him like that. Because he never used to trouble nobody.
Now, police are appealing for the public's assistance as they try to piece together the circumstances surrounding this latest incident. This marks the country's 94th homicide for the year. Andrew Knowles, ZNS News Network.
Well, still on the crime beat, burned human remains were found on Cat Island, and detectives from the capital are there tonight looking into the circumstances surrounding that discovery. We're told that officers were called to Track Road in Devil's Point after residents reported a strange odor. That's where they discovered the charred remains a few days ago. Now, at this time, authorities say they are trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together. Investigations continue. And police over in Abaco are also busy investigating an early morning traffic fatality. According to officers, that incident happened around 2:45 Sunday morning on Don McKay Boulevard involving 2 vehicles. Officer in charge of the traffic division, Superintendent Ken Strawn, provides details of the incident.
Officers, having responded to that incident, discovered 2 vehicles which were both involved in a head-on collision. One, a Hyundai type vehicle, the other a Ford type vehicle, both of whom at the time was reported to be occupied by single individuals. The driver of one of those vehicles involved unfortunately lost his life during that mishap. Based on the information we were receiving, there was significant damages to both vehicles. Head-on, I'm advised, and certainly there's some element of speed that was involved.
Now, police say the other passenger received only minor injuries. Now, back here in the capital, a major traffic accident also occurring during the early morning hours involving a police superintendent who is listed in serious condition in hospital.
Where 2 vehicles, one, a Ford Crown Victoria, the property of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, driven at the time by one of our own, a superintendent police, Superintendent Finlayson, who, along with another vehicle that was traveling along Beatrice Avenue, which was a Honda Pilot vehicle, was involved in a very significant collision. The driver, police officer involved, had to be extricated from that vehicle with the use of the jaws of life. He was transported to the doctor's hospital where he underwent surgery. Currently his condition is still serious, but we're praying for recovery in that particular mishap.
Now, as for the other people involved in that accident, they only received minor injuries. Superintendent Strawn says traffic police have been noticing serious traffic accidents happening between Saturday and Sunday, with Sunday being the deadliest day on record. So far, of the 29 traffic fatalities for the year, 14 have occurred on Sunday and 6 on Saturday. Superintendent Strawn is once again cautioning members of the public to drive with extreme caution. Well, it's called a crime triangle, and authorities say with all of the elements connected, it's much easier for criminals to wreak havoc. That's why police officers are spreading the word, and yesterday told members of neighborhood watch associations in Western New Providence more about that problem analysis theory. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Paul Rose, said by eliminating any one of the elements in the triangle, a crime cannot occur. Now, still to come, Baptist bishops, or Baptists that is, taking over the streets of the capital today. We'll tell you why, that story and more in a moment.